Greetings from the Marathon Room, proudly donating to this incredible event for the first time. Donation goes to Announcer's Choice. We have a $100 donation from Anonymous. You are all amazing for giving your time to such a wonderful cause. Kill cancer? Take my money. Money goes to Reader's Choice. We have a $100 donation from Dandicoot. Trauma Center is one of my favorite series, and I'm glad to see it get love from the speedrunning community. I thought I was quick at this game, but the runners have a healing touch. Put my donation towards the SA2 Hero Story run, because unlike the villains, Knuckles don't chuckle. We have a $101.01 donation from Tenmachi. Anime surgery is best surgery. Good luck to the runners. Donation goes to Mega Nyan's Choice. We have a $75 donation from NTN for my grandpa, who's currently fighting cancer. Be a hero and save the animals. We have a $30 donation from Dylan25. First time donating to an AGDQ after watching for many years. Thanks for all of the entertainment and for putting on this event. Good luck to all of the runners. We have a $100 donation from Time Lord Sherlock. Hey guys, absolutely love the work you do. Have been watching a variety of runs and just am insanely impressed with the runners and their backups. I love hearing about the odd glitches they do or how this or that was found. This is an amazing cause. Kudos to everyone involved. Sorry, but I'm hoping that this goes towards you guys having a bad time. Oh yeah, and save the animals. We have a $75 donation from Polar Peace. Keep up the good work. Just a friendly reminder too, Sonic Adventure 2 is coming up a little later on today. We have a bid war going on between Hero Story and Dark Story. Hero Story is only a couple of $100 behind Dark Story. So let's get those donations in. We have a $75.01 donation from Spiker Num 1. These patients deserve proper bandaging. We have a $20 donation from Aaron Belmont. Roses are red, violets are blue, stars are hard, and so is this game. Good luck to Iris and Slurpee. Money split between the runners. P.S. Watch the Pong virus and save the puppy. We have a $75 donation from Post-it Notes. Thanks, everyone, for the awesome run. Keep up the good work. And now, without further ado, let's throw it over to the interview side where we will have Boney, Lucky, and Golden talking about the Mystery Speed Tournament.
Hello, everybody, and welcome here again to Awesome Games Done Quick 2017. We are over the $600,000 mark already, which is absolutely awesome. Thank you to everybody who's been donating to the Prevent Cancer Foundation. I am joined right now by the Men of Mystery. We've got Sant, Blecky, and Boney here to talk about the Mystery Game Tournament, which is coming up in just a few hours here on the stream. First of all, I just want to talk a little bit about the history of Mystery, which
Nice. Good run.
Nice. I practiced that one.
I'm impressed.
I mean, this is not just a tournament we threw together for this event. I mean, really, there's a story behind the whole Mystery Tournament experience. You guys want to talk a little bit about how we got to where we are today?
You want to set up blind
Sure,
racing before?
sounds good. So I was always interested in just kind of the idea of blind racing and going into a game, just never having played it before. It's a great way to find new games and really just kind of the pressure's off. There's no resets involved. You're enjoying a blind playthrough of a game, and then you move on to the next. And that just always appealed to me. So what we did maybe 2011, I think, 2012, we set up this round-robin tournament where it was just a small group of friends, maybe 8 or so people, where one person would suggest a game for the others to play, and then watch them, and then it would go on and on and on, and each person would get to suggest a game for all the others to play. And it was a very informal thing. It wasn't really even a tournament. And then from there, we just kind of played more blind games, and it expanded, the blind community expanded, until finally, this guy came up with quite a brilliant idea.
Yeah. So there was actually an event in mid-2012 ran by Funkdoc. It was an in-person event. Basically, it was called Kings of Poverty, and it was a combination of like fighting game events and speedrun events. And what they did there was an in-person mystery tournament. And it was kind of a combination of multiplayer and speedrun, basically races, multiplayer and races. And what I did was I was just thinking, okay, well, this is really cool, and we could actually do the speedrun portion online. So why don't we try to do that? Late 2012, I actually talked to him a lot, and we basically organized this double elimination 32-man mystery tournament, which, again, we're just blind races, kind of based on that same idea. And the way it worked was you just have two opponents, and they're going to play a match. And what we do is we give them the game like minutes before the race begins. And next thing you know, they're racing and they're trying to learn the game as quickly as they can and as well as they can. And, you know, they have to obviously beat their opponent, and they're really stressing out, trying to play as well as they can and as quickly as they can, and just figuring out the game as best as they can. And that's really the way the whole tournament worked. It just kind of kept going. They kept getting new games. They kept eliminating one another, and eventually we had a champion. And that was the way the first mystery tournament worked.
Yeah, and I mean, so we've reached the point now where we've run 9 of these mystery tournaments, and it fascinates me that a tournament that can have as many entrants as mystery does, because I mean, you guys do get, I mean, over 100 entrants for the typical mystery tournament. I mean, how can that many players enter? And yet, even when the players don't know what game they're getting, it seems like we see the same names over and over again at the top. Isn't that, I mean, it's a phenomenon, I think.
There's definitely, you know, there is a skill set involved. There is some consistency. From the first tournament we saw, you know, we saw Blecky rise to the top. And, you know, continually, every event he's entered, he's come to the top. We see other familiar faces. Some we'll be seeing later today, like N4H, who's won the last 3 mystery tournaments in a row. You know, Used Pizza, Captain Drake. You know, so many of these same names and same faces who just, regardless of whether we have 16 entrants or, how many is Mystery Tournament 10 up to? Like 200 or something?
Most we've ever had, yeah.
Yeah, so we see these same people rise to the top. You know, Blecky, do you want to talk a little bit about what it takes to get there?
I mean, I think, truthfully, it's just exposing yourself to those games a lot. And I remember seeing, at first, TMR, the Mexican runner, when he joined, he would often go out pretty early in the tournaments. And then he started doing NES Mania on his stream, which exposed him to just literally the entire NES library that he'd never played before. So he was just kind of exposing himself to blind racing. And then as he joined later on, he was doing better and better until he's actually going to be one of our 4 finalists today. So I really think if you want to get good at blind racing, to some extent it's just playing games a lot, just so you can kind of sharpen your mind to being able to pick up on what you need to do quickly.
Yeah, and let's talk a little bit more about just the competitors that we're going to see today. If we could just kind of, from your perspective, I mean, what's your take on this? You've seen these guys kind of all play in Mystery before.
I guess just to give a brief introduction to that, we actually ran an invitational event online early in November, and we invited 16 of our most, I guess, consistently good players throughout mystery tournaments. And the 4 that we have today were the top 4 finishers in that, essentially. So we have N4H, who is, I would say, the favorite. I think everyone else would agree, just based on how well it's done.
A little bit.
Won the last 3 mystery tournaments in a row, which is just...
We'll talk more about him later, but we'll just say for now that he's the favorite.
Yeah.
We also have Used Pizza, who has won 1 mystery tournament, and I believe almost top 8 in many others, so he's very consistent. We can expect a strong performance from everyone, I think. The Mexican runner, of course, who has the NES Mania experience. He's leveling up very quickly, so we can expect a good showing from him. And lastly, we have Carulius, who has actually never made a top 8 in Mystery Tournament, but he's pretty much always like right outside there. He gets like 9th or 13th every time.
Well,
so
and the example I used is, I mean, he played Cutthroat Speedrun at the last GDQ, which was like having him complete games through mirrors, and like he's tied to the person next to him, and he's got to play. So I feel like this will be like icing on the cake, you know, like easy
this will be a bit of a breeze for him.
You know, walk in the park for him. So, I mean, do you feel like nerves are going to come into play here? Because when you're playing in Mystery Game Tournament, you're sitting at your home, playing on your computer. There's no audience, you know. I mean, the audience is there on the stream, but you don't hear them. You don't. I mean, I feel like the crowd is going to play a factor here.
You know, I'm not sure it's going to play a factor for everyone. You know, you say usually Mystery Tournament you're playing from your home. I actually want to bring up Mystery Tournament 7, I believe, where N4H won the tournament playing from a hotel room.
That's right.
I think he lost internet once or twice. It was an interesting experience, but it did not faze him, and he crushed that event.
That being said, hundreds of thousands of viewers weren't watching him for that particular one.
Fair enough.
So we'll see if that does get to him. He has not done a run at a GDQ before, so
That's correct.
we don't know. Maybe he's just this performer we just don't know about, who just can just jump right in, just like someone like the Mexican runner can.
Yeah.
Or maybe he just kind of will be a bit more reserved. We'll see.
Very quickly, I want to just tease a little bit here. How many people know what games are going to be played this afternoon? It's a select few, right?
Yeah, select few. Mostly just staff, myself, and him. Although he's staff as well.
Yeah.
He played a part in helping me.
I don't
picking
suppose
games,
I can get any hints out of you
Of
whatsoever.
course not. You gotta wait. You gotta wait and see.
What's the
surprise.
weirdest console we'll be seeing, or like the weirdest system?
There's an asterisk next to that. The weirdest is GameCube, but it's not weird because of the console. We'll say that. We'll say
Okay,
that.
okay. Well, that's a good tease.
Yeah.
I like that. So we'll
We-
have to stay tuned for that.
We kept the console simple, but the games are
Not
really
so
what
Yeah, the
matters.
game's the catch.
Yeah.
Now, of course, we have Mystery Tournament 10 right around the corner, and what I love about this is that it's sort of the, high school reunion of Mystery Tournament, right? It's a lot of old names coming back to play.
sure.
It's going to be potentially one of the biggest Mystery Tournaments, if not the biggest. For the folks at home, if they want to get involved, where can they pay attention for updates? Like on Twitter, is there an account they should be following?
Yeah, you can obviously follow the Speedruns Live account. We'll be retweeting mostly stuff there. There's also the SRL Mystery account on Twitter. We post a lot of updates on there. But beyond that, you can pretty easily find information on the Mystery Tournament pretty easily just by Googling. Trust me, you'll find it easily. I promise you that. And we'll give a better plug later during the event itself once we have more time. But yeah, it's gonna be good stuff.
Sounds good. I'm looking forward to it. Of course, the format is kind of interesting too. They're going to knock out one player at a time.
Yes.
So if you like the Nintendo World Championships, for instance, you're going to get kind of that same feel.
Yeah.
So look forward to that. It is this afternoon. And now I'm going to give you a break, Sent, because you're on stream all the time. By the way, can we get just a round of applause for Sent, because he is always on camera, always trying to. There we go. Yeah.
Thank you, Bob.
Hold it
I
up.
appreciate that.
You've been hanging in there all week. I mean, sometimes I think I'm tired, and then I look at you, so I'm glad you're hanging in there. I'm going to do your job for you this time. I guess you can tell me what they are, but I'm going to showcase here. So we do have some prizes. Look at that. I can't even hold it the right direction. There we go. There's our first prize.
Sure thing. So first up here, we have some Sonic the Hedgehog pint glasses. Those were sent in to us by our good friend E-Mister.
Excellent.
All the prizes Golden's going to be showing off will be running through the entire Sonic block coming up right after this interview.
All right, and then we've got another one here.
Oh yeah, here we have another one of the 3D papercraft scenes from Whoops. Hopefully it shows up on camera, but it's actually layered to make a 3D effect, and it's done entirely in colored paper. It's really cool up close.
All right, and then we've got a pair of prizes here that go together, I think.
We do. We've had them up on stream a little bit. We have a couple of Chow Cubes sent in by Vicious Cosplay. The big one's very happy. The little one seems pretty annoyed at everything. I love them. They're just adorable.
You can
huggable.
flip their emotions here just by spinning them around. And then let's see this last prize here. Let's see if that doesn't quite fit my giant head, but what do we got here?
For those of us with more normal-sized heads,
That's right.
we do have this lovely Sonic hat sent in to us by E-Mister, so you can look very stylish in 1996.
Sounds good. Well, yeah, a lot of prizes there. So, of course, you can donate if you want to have a chance to win those. And again, we'll look forward to Mystery Tournament a little bit later today.
Sure.
But I think for now, we'll go ahead and throw it back up to the front as we continue Awesome Games Done Quick 2017.
All right, thank you. And we have a $75 donation from Oberon. I've been watching GDQs for 4 years now, and I always end up watching more of the games played. It's unbelievable to see some of my favorite games get destroyed. Keep it up. Donation goes to Announcer's Choice. We have a $30 donation from Flaminio. My father died of brain cancer 1 week after last AGDQ at the age of 47. Thank you for this amazing event. It gave me hope in the saddest time. Love from Paris. Awesome Games Done Quick. We'll be right back after a short word from PSF.
Colposcope has been able to help in the cervical cancer screening in Rwanda.
So that more and more women can be screened. The mission of our company is to save as many lives as quickly as possible.
The Prevent Cancer Foundation funded a screening research program conducted by Dr. Castle to evaluate the mobile colposcopes for use in resource-limited countries, which made cervical cancer screening easily accessible to Rwandan women.
You don't need any additional light. You are able to see the cervix well.
Rwandan women are now able to receive proper treatment and the care they need.
She believed she has cancer. We were able to show her the pictures that we had taken with the colposcope. The woman was very, very happy. You mean, doctor, I don't have cancer? Then I told her, you don't have cancer. We wanted to do more and more and more. So when you see your client is satisfied, you also feel good.
All right, we have a special announcement. We have just opened up a bonus run for donation incentive of Contra 3, The Alien Wars. This will replace Setup Block 5, so if you would like to see that run, make sure to get your donations in. We have a $75 donation from There's a Snack in My Boot. Greetings from Texas. Way to go, everyone, for the great runs and awesome commentary. I hope everyone's GDQ is better than the last. Gotta donate towards the final genocide boss so I can see everyone's determination. $75 from Orkoya. Never personally had to deal with cancer with immediate friends or family, and I never want to. Nobody should have to, so causes like this are always worth it. Good luck to all the runners. We have a $45 donation from Night Todd. Wanted to donate during the Link to the Past run tonight, but I will have to work an afternoon shift. Second donation, this AGDQ, and I'm always glad to support this wonderful cause. Dedicating this donation once again to my father, who has passed away of cancer in 2008. He was a fighter, and you're all fighting the only way we know how to, fast. And now let's give a round of applause for Dolphindasher, Legend of Korra run.
All right. Got this one. Just begin. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Thank you, everyone. This is The Legend of Korra, based off of the anime of the same name. Uh-oh, I called it an anime. Maybe someone else should take over.
It's an anime. It's animated, right? Like
Yeah.
Machinima's anime too.
Could I get the game volume turned down a little bit? If possible. Perfect. Thank you. So that very first section with all the spirits, that was, I need to do that fast, but the rest of this is all scripted. And it just sort of introduces you to the game and the world and the combat mechanics, so there's not really much to do here. So this is actually a good time for couch roll call, if you want.
Well, in other categories, it's important to get like a platinum on this, but even that's pretty easy.
Yeah. So I guess, Sight, you can start with you and just go.
I'm Side of Dawn. I primarily run New Game Extreme.
Master all 4 elements.
I'm CJ Collins, 95. I'm new at speedrunning this game, still learning.
I'm half coordinated. I'm an old runner of this game. I ran this category.
And over on my left is also Dervish16 and Jermaine, two close friends of mine. So this first chapter is basically a tutorial chapter. This sends you into pro bending, which is, if you've seen the show, you're familiar with this. If not, it's basically like dodgeball, I guess.
Dolphin, I hate to interrupt. We just got a donation of $20,000 from the Yeti.
Oh, let's go, yeah! Right on.
Says, hey y'all, Yeti here, and thank you for helping us break targets and smash our record for the most raised during a single GDQ with a total of $72,000 and climbing. Do you think we can hit 100,000? I do. Keep grabbing tees, posters, and coins.
Nice.
Really want to see the Dram
So you
World
really
Special
want
levels.
doubles here, where you knock someone back in the last section here, and it'll knock someone else back too.
Yep. So that was okay pro bending. It kind of just depends on where the enemy sort of, where they end up, if you knock them into each other or not. But that was chapter 1. Yay!
Yay.
So chapter 2, that's where the game really begins.
So since this is a New Game Plus Extreme, we already have all of the bending unlocked. So we have all 4 elements: earth, air, water, fire. You'll mostly be seeing air and fire. Fire for one-on-one enemy confrontations, and air to clear out large areas or multiple enemies at the same time. The others are used for very situational sort of effects.
And the same goes for movement too. You'll see air and fire used. Fire dash for short bursts, and air for the scooter that goes a long way.
Exactly.
Yeah, the air scooters are best friend in this mode.
In every mode. You usually don't get it till later.
And the camera is the opposite of that.
No, it's certainly not. You just don't try and fight the camera, just work with what it gives you.
On the point of the camera, it should also be noted that for whatever reason, it was decided that the change enemy thing would also be what controls your camera. So if you try to turn camera right, it will start targeting enemies to the right.
Yeah. So firebending has a really neat property where it happens so fast you don't really see it, but Korra boosts towards enemies. She like shoots fire out of her feet to boost forward. And we use that to cover some distance too, because she can teleport from pretty far away. And, it's actually used for a skip that comes up in Chapter 3.
Gonna try and not admit that air finisher you did?
Nope, not gonna even mention it. All right, now we're going to see probably the best character in the show, Legend of Korra, and you'll know when you see her. This you kind of do whatever. You're just waiting. All right. There she is.
Okay, let's get going, Naga.
This is Korra's polar bear dog, Naga. This is essentially an auto-scroller. You just get to the end of the level by avoiding obstacles, and you can collect the spirit energy in the other modes, but it's not necessary in Extreme or in New Game Plus Extreme. What's nice about these levels is that it doesn't matter which path you take, they're all the same length, so you don't lose time by taking any particular path.
Well, didn't we find that turning corners quickly boosts our time by frames?
Yes, so there's 3 ways to sort of speed up in these levels, and the first one is the built-in mechanic of just using airbending to make you have super speed. Another trick is to turn corners early, because you can turn corners a lot earlier than it seems, and that basically just gets Naga and Korra running on the next section that much quicker.
You do definitely need to be careful with those turns, though, because you can turn too early and just smash face first into the wall of the corner, and then you get reset. And I'm sorry, you were continuing on to the next way to save time.
And then the last little time save, it's pretty minuscule, but it does add up over the course of the level. And that's when you're in the air. If you keep hitting the airbending button, Naga does the sort of like pumping motion. And we think it makes Naga surpass her maximum speed very briefly. And just over the course of the level, it adds up to saving a second or so if you do it consistently. But now we're on Air Temple Island. And the first skip comes up here. Hopefully I can pull it off.
I feel like it's helping, but it's not enough. I need more.
Yep.
There you go.
Nice. Cool.
So that exploits, now here's the camera. That exploits both the firebending's teleporting property, and then also when an invisible barrier meets a wall, it's not really connected all the way. So if there is an enemy on the other side of that barrier, you can kind of teleport through it.
But yeah, you can even see it in Chapter 2. There was an enemy that was really far away. That he actually, all it did was, as soon as he got near him, he put a smoke up and then it was out. It was just for effect in the stage. But you can, in New Game Plus, you can lock on to him and actually shoot across the stage to him.
So these guys are sort of little teasers that lead up to the final boss in this level. They're part of the Triple Threat Triad group. where unlike all the other enemies, they actually have bending that they can control.
And they are frustrating because like Earth can't be blocked, even though your Earth can be blocked.
Yeah, they have some unfair properties to them. They like all the enemies in the game. They can counter elements that they can't actually control, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But hopefully, this is a cool setup here if it works. Oh, it didn't work. You can clear these guys out. Whoops. All right, now we'll get to take two. We can actually maybe do that trick.
Hey, you just really wanted to show the trick.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
It's so fast.
Don't worry about it.
There is a thing on extreme difficulty, especially that enemies, you'll see them have that B button above their head, and in extreme it'll just go away for no particular reason. It just does.
There we go.
Nice.
Okay.
All three.
So yeah.
The water counter is definitely very special. It's the only one that would really have the range to take out all three of them. So that's one of the special uses of the water element.
Yeah, because when she swings it around her body, it has an active hitbox the whole time. So it's doing damage as she's swinging it around her body, but then she also shoots it forward. And when she shoots it forward, anything that it comes in contact with, it basically is a one-hit kill. And it also has like a pinball effect, so it can bounce off multiple enemies in one motion, which is really neat. And it's really helpful in those fights.
It's also sadly not determinable, so sometimes you shoot it off, hoping for it, and then it just doesn't.
Chapter 4 is a little bit tougher because it adds some verticality to the fights. Oh, I missed that guy down there. That's okay. So we'll just hop over this wall now. Okay. This one looks kind of cool. Nope, just like that. Okay. And then I think this is the last time you really see earthbending, like used in a fight. How did he counter that? They're very good at countering earth pillars that rise out of the ground beneath them somehow.
Yeah.
You know.
They.
Right.
Matter of fact, that attack is surprisingly blocked a lot more, I think, than anything else. Maybe
Okay.
just because it hits all of them usually when you do it.
Some platforming here.
So.
Yes.
One thing we hadn't covered yet is, so this is New Game Plus. We have a lot of different items equipped. Not really listing each one in particular, but Dolphin currently has 1/4 of your max health, but does double damage and is always charged up for the chi, so they can do even more damage that way, and they do not get stunned, as well as an additional small damage boost from those shadows that follow her.
So, sorry to interrupt. The biggest skip in the game is going to be right here, and it doesn't look like much, but we just do this, and that's it. It saves about 1.5 to 2 minutes.
Yeah. How that actually works, there's just a small ledge sticking out from the invisible wall there, and grabbing onto that ledge just pulls you through it, and then you can continue. Otherwise, you have to fight a mecha tank and other encounters.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it skips the earthbending unlocking sequence, so it's too bad we don't have earthbending anymore.
Oh, darn.
I know. And then just some spirits to clear up this area here. And this will lead us into another Naga section. But this is Janora. Whenever she's on screen, she loves to talk.
For a long time.
And we can't do anything in the meantime. And I think we pretty much covered everything in the Naga sections. The next one's just going to have a couple more obstacles in the way. So there's not really much else to say about it. So this would be a good time for some donations.
Would like to take this opportunity to remind everybody that we do have a bid incentive going on right now for Sonic Adventure DX. So make sure to get your donations in for that. Only a couple more hours to go.
Whoops. It's okay.
I can do this.
Get the jitters there, buddy.
Did we cover like Naga's actual individual abilities before?
Not quite, no.
Fire, we definitely haven't gone over.
No.
Fire shoots a fireball. It can be used to destroy like these cars you see in the road.
Yeah.
Even the barriers, if you have time to shoot enough. Usually with airbending, you don't though. But definitely in new game, fire is used more as to get around obstacles.
Right, and contrary to what I just did with Naga, I do want to promote saving the animals.
And the only reason he is doing the claw motion is for whatever reason in the game, it shoots you down when you use the claw. So if you want to like jump
Yeah.
over a gap and then go immediately to the ground, that claw motion does it.
It keeps your set height, whatever height you're at. So also if you spam the claw, you stay at that height as well. So that
Yeah,
can
like
be
this.
useful if you act like
Yeah.
that, yes.
Yep.
But,
And Naga loves checkpoints. She howls at them
Yes.
all.
So yeah, any more donations you have, you can go ahead and read them off.
We have a $10 donation from Mal236. Dolphin is my hero. I am so excited to see you up there, man. Much love from your Twitch fam.
Yo, thank you, Mal.
We also have a $30 donation from Lack Creativity. Didi, it's good to see you kicking butt. Good luck, though I am disappointed you didn't wear a wig. Also, hi Dervish.
Hey, Lack. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the donation. I mean, this is a pretty top-tier cosplay, so I don't know why you're disappointed in it. I missed the counter right there. He usually charges forward, and then you can counter him right away, but I missed it. All right, this guy is done.
mecha tanks don't like tornadoes.
No. And then this guy, more talking. It's a nice interrogation sequence.
Who are you working for?
Probably related to Janora in some way.
Probably.
I don't know his name. Please don't hurt me. What was he saying about extraction? He was rambling about some crazy idea he had. He said he could steal.
Shoutouts to Tylos for the parkour strats. Oh, just missed it. Dang it.
Chaos. I told you everything I know. Now please let me go. Hope you can swim.
You can see Korra's dark side right there. So what if the guy can't swim, right? All right, so chapter 5, the longest and the hardest, and also I mean, I guess it's just kind of a boring chapter, mostly because of the setting, but
But in PB attempts, this is actually a chapter where you can pull ahead a lot.
yeah, it really
With
is.
some RNG.
So these guys, they can counter you, and then it goes to a little quick time sequence, but it's faster just to take the damage from it and then continue on your fight.
Korra, this might be an opportunity to get your firebending back.
All right, finally gonna get some firebending.
Use
Oh,
it to
yeah.
bring back your firebending.
So I'll round these guys up like
Tapped into
this.
the fire inside of me, and I got a lot of that.
Oh. And then, where are they at? Oh, this guy over here. All right. Really? Okay, whatever. That didn't go as smoothly as it could have, but it wasn't bad. So if they hit you at any point during that combo sequence, it resets your combo back to 0.
And also, if you just take too long and your combo resets, it drops it too.
It's very hard. It's a very tricky part on any new game run.
Yeah.
Because you don't have any decent comboing attacks.
It's worse on normal. Casual actually has less hits it needs to do.
Oh, sure.
Because on extreme new game, you actually have bouncing water by the time you get there, so it's not that bad.
Cool little fight here, I guess. Just go over here, get those guys out of the way, take the mecha tank out, and then just got these guys left. Where's that last guy? There he is. Okay.
Very solid. Nice.
This stage has a lot of platforming in it, but the air scooter kind of negates most of it, thankfully.
Brings all the crazy people out.
And then this fight here, there's a lot of these guys, as you can see. They do like to spread out from each other, which is unfortunate.
Especially the bola guys.
Yeah.
Think again.
But generally, I just try to walk in a line like this, and hopefully they kind of stay grouped up with each other. Go here, get this guy. A lot of them, like in extreme, enemies will block a lot, and you can break their blocks eventually just by damaging them enough. They take minuscule damage while they are guarding. And then you can break their blocks by going into earthbending, but depending on where you're at in the combo, it's not really efficient.
Earthbending doesn't really combo much into anything.
And then this mecha tank, most of the time, always starts off with a charge attack, which you can counter. And just like that. It was a pretty smooth mecha tank fight.
See that 69 hits over there?
Yeah. Okay, and the last Naga section here, this one is extremely boring. It's just ice and rocks and snow.
But we have a Naga boss coming up after this.
We
That's,
do.
that's where the real
Everyone's
pressure's
favorite.
at.
I'm trying to avoid thinking about that for as long as possible. So yeah, any more donations you have? It'd be a good time.
We do have a $200 donation from Taji. Insert donation meme here. I love the Legend of Korra series, and this game is pretty underrated. Awesome to see someone running it. Shout out to all my friends on the gamingexodus.com forums.
Right on.
We also have another $200 donation from Fire. Good luck to all the runners, and thank you to the staff.
One thing we hadn't mentioned before, I believe, this is actually a Platinum Games title.
Right.
It's not one of their more well-known titles, but they made Bayonetta, Metal Gear Rising, Wonderful 101, Transformers Devastation, a lot of very good action-based titles. This was a bit more on a budget, and I'm sure Viacom wanted a game before they actually knew they wanted a game made. But Platinum did a very good job with the time and resources they were given to actually put this together.
Yeah, the combat's really solid.
Even finding skips is being rough on us.
Yeah. So this next fight here is pretty much the definition of a run killer. It's a long, tedious fight, and it's very easy to accidentally slip up and die. And in this fight, there's no checkpoints, so if you die, you start back from the beginning. It is 1, 2, 3 mecha tanks. They all have a lot of health. You have 1 health. Well, 2 with the waterbending shield.
Yeah, if you see the symbol in the upper left, it's actually the 1 health that you have on extreme mode with Naga.
And then this move that they started out with is definitely their worst move because those long, short walls and those pillars right there will one-shot you, regardless of if you have the shield on or not, which means you have to start from the beginning. And then, of course, while those are up and they're far away, it's pretty hard to damage them. So it can definitely extend the fight by a good 20, 25 seconds if they just do that move repeatedly, like they are now. It's especially bad if they turn while doing this move because it just makes it harder to dodge and or hit them. And it's really just spamming firebending. That's besides the Naga swipes, which do a little bit of damage, but that's the only other way you can damage. So it's a really tedious, boring fight.
And the levels you get while doing this game, New Game Plus, they're all maxed. They do greatly affect how you do in this section, with cooldown and damage.
Yeah, the firebending, thankfully, the cooldown is pretty short because it's at max level. But just like the Naga sections, you have 3 alleys that you can be in. It's definitely best to be in the middle one, that way you can dodge to either side if you need to. It's kind of nice when they turn though, because then you can hit the guy on the left while he's just like kind of sitting there hanging out. Okay.
All right, there we
Oh
go.
god. Hardest part's done.
Didn't lose 2 minutes.
Yes. I have died on that last mecha tank before, and you have to restart the whole fight, so it's easy 2 minutes loss. And the Chapter 5 has one last section here where we unlock our air bending. I always mix up air and earth bending, which is kind of ridiculous because they're complete opposites. All right. No.
Korra, remember
Okay,
Remember
so
your airbending training in the spinning
that first set of guys, they shoot lightning bolts at you. The second set shoot bolas at you. These guys are clearly melee. So the quickest way to build up this dodging combo is to just hurt him into a corner like this. And just dodge 3 times, and then jump. Because if you dodge 4 times, there's actually a little cooldown where Korra jumps really high in the air, and then she sticks to the ground. And then you become completely vulnerable to any attacks. So jumping just resets that dodging counter.
Yeah, she's real proud of her landing. She sticks it and just stays there for a while.
Yeah, I can actually show you right here after this little dude pops up. Where's he at? There he is. So you dodge 4 times, you do this, and you can't move. It's not really too big of a deal.
But hey, you can finally airbend again. So
Yes,
it's
we
all
finally
good.
have airbending. So the game really begins right about here. Show off some of the other moves that she does have available, but we don't use them as much. This is pretty cool. And then, what else? Giant glaciers, earthquakes.
Yeah, a lot of these moves are really cool.
But that's chapter 5, so we're more than halfway done. Chapter 6 is pretty short, pretty linear, unfortunately. But there is a cool trick in the second fight where you can skip about half of it. Let's call it the quick kill. But we're waiting for Janora to appear again to tell us what to do. So if you have a donation, you can go ahead and read it off.
It's the old man.
I got a $25 donation from Harris Rowe. Hey, GDQ, first time watching and first time donating. This is my fiance's favorite game, and unfortunately, she got stuck at work and is unable to watch this run live. So I love you, Mary. Keeping up the amazing work and save those animals. Also, loving the outfit, Dolphin.
Oh, thank you. I worked really hard on it.
Oh no, look at the sky. Something's really wrong here. It's gotta be that old
Okay,
man.
so this next fight has a bunch of little spirit. I don't even know what they're supposed to be. They're not, like, I don't know. These guys,
Spirit groundhogs?
I guess. So they do this, come over here, get up the tornadoes, because that may have been too early. But if it works, then this spirit will be ready to heal at the end of this cutscene.
That's a big one.
Oh, actually, okay, so this really sucks because it
Is
happens
that the
very
glitch?
often. Yes, it is.
Oh, man.
Very rarely the health bar will glitch out when you do this, and it'll actually make the target invincible. And that's what happened here, of course. So we'll give it another shot.
It's not that it never happens. It's just really rare that it happens.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often at all. Not enough to, like, not do the trick.
I mean, it's marathon luck. You should have known.
Exactly.
That's a big one.
Are you 2 in a row? Wow.
All right.
But yeah, as you can see, he doesn't take any damage. So we'll fight him normally because I don't want.
All right, that never happens.
Yeah, 2 in a row. That's never happened before. Did I accidentally restarted the chapter. Whoops.
Well.
One way to make an entrance.
My bad. So this is chapter 6. We're just waiting for Janora to talk to us and tell us what to do. This first section here, we're just gonna heal some spirits.
They mean you no harm. Let the voice of the spirits guide you.
All right, so.
Free them from the
I mean, I guess it
old
wasn't too
control.
far to the
Don't
chapter, so
worry,
it's not
Spirits. I'll fix this.
too detrimental, but
No big deal.
Oh, no.
if that's not marathon
Look at the sky.
luck, I don't know what is.
Something's really wrong here.
All right.
It's gotta be that old man.
So I'm just gonna play it safe and do this trick normally. Move these guys out of the way. Okay. If you get this quick kill here, it saves, I think, 8 seconds, because it takes about 8 seconds to kill this guy.
That's a big one.
All right.
Now there's 3 old men.
Yeah. Okay. A couple more fights and this chapter's over.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? Kind of dark spirit energy? I've got to stop it.
So the dark stuff on the ground, it saps your health if you stay in it for too long. But it's typically not an issue. Hey, look at that. I got a medal.
That was real close.
Nice. Yeah, that fight's always really close. Unfortunately, I didn't get the triple kill like I did on the triads earlier, but I didn't die, so.
Yeah, max firebending really helps for that stuff.
Yeah. And then 2 more of these, and then we're done.
Let's do this.
The camera is really wonky in this fight in particular. It doesn't really know where it wants to be.
And we don't usually fix camera in this game just because, like I said earlier, it actually changes your targeting when you move the camera.
Yeah, you just sort of deal with it. There's Hundu's beautiful laugh.
He likes to laugh.
He does like to laugh.
He's having a good time.
Yeah.
Got the extra screen because we somehow picked up treasure.
He spent 1,000 years perfecting that laugh. It's better respect it.
You're not wrong. Chapter 7 is different than all the other ones because he kind of goes into Korra's mind and you replay sequences that you've already played through, in a sense. Back on Air Temple Island here, we're going to go up to the top again, but this time it's just a bunch of chi blockers.
Welcome, Avatar. Take your time. You have all eternity trapped in my...
This fight here is just like a bunch of waves of, like huge waves of these guys.
In New Game plus Casual, and I think even Normal, you can actually soft lock in this part because the game advances when Hundu says a certain line of dialogue, but if you beat the guys too quickly, he'll never say that next line of dialogue, and so the game doesn't know what to do. And so you just kind of stand around in this empty pavilion until you reset the chapter. So you actually have to kind of go a little bit slower in this fight.
Luckily an extreme, you don't gotta worry about that.
Not really an extreme. So you just gotta do whatever.
I like how the scooter flies away from you there. I didn't notice that.
It's like, later. Now we're going to get into pro bending again. And this is actually probably the hardest fight in the game. I lied earlier when I said the mecha tanks were the hardest.
Yeah.
The Dragonfly Bunny Spirits attack pretty relentlessly, and I likely won't get very many hits in, which is really unfortunate. Oops. But we'll see what we can do. As you can see, it's just absolutely madness.
Alright, you can get him around too.
Yeah, we'll get him on this territory. Yeah, okay. Bummer.
Alright, you got it, man. You got it. I believe in you.
Okay. Come on.
Be spirit skip again.
Come on. Dang it.
Alright, is that a reset?
Yeah, I think we go. No, oh no. Okay. Round two.
I just win it here. It'd be good. Just
Right.
cheat. Oh, whoops.
So it doesn't matter what you do in that first section there. It's faster to let them defeat you because it advances to round 2 regardless. The only trick you kind of want to do is if you attack them and they counter your move, a countered attack does more damage. So try to throw in an attack when you can, and if they counter it, it'll just do more damage and knock you back that much faster. But that was that, and we have one more dream sequence, I guess.
This one's actually the hardest one, just it doesn't look like it is.
Yeah, but there is a good exploit with the chi crystal. So I'm going to unequip that and just equip some health items instead. So the chi crystal, it keeps your chi max at all times. And that, like maxing out your chi gives your attacks extra effects, as well as activates the charge armor, which is that little ball. But in this mode, we don't actually use chi because we don't have any bending. It's all locked. So we can keep the benefits of the chi crystal without the health penalty that comes with it. And we can just switch that out with health vials in case our health runs low.
Okay.
But that is that fight. So we're back to a quarter health. And Chapter 7 is almost done. There's one little section here. And then a long Genora speech.
Playtime is over. Be thankful your spirit has not far to travel.
And you also see for the combos there, he quickly does like a couple firebenders to start the combo, and then he'll finish with tornadoes. And that's just to get the tornadoes out faster, because they do way more damage. And they stay out into the next combo.
So unfortunately we missed it because we skip all the cutscenes, but up until now the game has sort of been a flashback sequence. This is the same spot that the game started out in.
Korra,
So we're back here.
we are all one.
It's Genora again.
There is no light or dark, no good
Yep,
or evil.
so it's good.
no
Another
human
good time
or
for
saint.
donations.
All are one.
Got a $30 donation from Ghost Muncher. Hey, Dolphin. Good to see you up there. Also have a $5 donation from Black Mist. Can we get some love for the outfit that Dolphin is wearing?
All right, thanks for the donations.
Also, much love,
There
Dolph,
is
from
no
the
light or
family.
dark. To fight another is to fight yourself. Let go.
You want to go? Bring it. Let's do this.
All right. All right, Avatar State, finally, the whole reason we're the Avatar in the first place. Unfortunately, it's not really that great.
No. You just,
This move's kind of cool, though.
call pillars of death upon the world. It's not,
If this goes well, this guy will die here, but sometimes he'll glitch out. He didn't. Okay, that's
Nice.
good. Sometimes he'll glitch out and he'll just be stunned for about 8 seconds, and then you have to just wait until he, or the spirit.
But that one, unlike the skip, actually happens a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, but now we're on the final boss. You can actually pull off the quick kill on this guy too. After the second phase of the fight.
And in general, this fight is very tricky and very risky. Basically, one of the main reasons I decided that no, this game is not worth me running anymore was this final boss fight. It's not very forgiving.
No.
Yeah, sometimes you have it to where you lock him down really easily, and then other days you run and he just bulldozes you.
Sometimes he just does not cooperate in the slightest.
Threatens the world. Now I will set it right.
Because it's not really so much as that we try to position him, it's more like we try to, whenever he gets to an opportune position, we try to take advantage of it.
Yeah. Okay. So this will knock him down, and then we'll start the second phase of the fight, where he will teleport to the rocks on the outside of the arena. He'll start on this one first, and then he will make copies of himself, and then we have to find the real one, and then that will set up for the quick kill strat. That I'll try at least once since we're here.
So he's using double team?
He's using double team. All right, so he appeared on this one, and you could tell because there's a little cloud of red mist that appeared on the rock. Okay, so 1, 2. So if this works, he'll be knocked on his back, and he'll be ready to start the very last sequence of the fight. If it doesn't work, one of two things can happen. It'll just do a little bit of damage, or it'll glitch his health bar out. So it didn't work, but it didn't glitch his health bar out, so that's fine with me.
Let's see. Let's go and get him.
We do have a backup strat, and that's just Avatar State again. But sometimes, even in this, he will like dodge your attacks and like take no damage from it, which is kind of weird. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this back on just for safety. And then here. Okay. So that was the Houndoom fight. The rest of this is pretty straightforward. We go into the Dragon Ball section of the fight, which you'll see Avatar state one more time.
You haven't even seen my true power.
Normally what I do is one standard attack into the heavy attack, the Cyclone. And then I'll dash forward twice and then do one more Cyclone. And that's a consistent way to finish him off. But sometimes he just doesn't cooperate. Then dash forward twice and then do it one more time. And there we go. Okay. So then, he's not done yet. This is his final form now. But unfortunately, Korra has been harnessing her power since time began. So it's just quick time events. It doesn't matter if you mash the button or not. It's fun just to beat on him because you can. And then finish it off with my favorite move. She just summons this giant boulder out of all the other particles and smashes him with it. I don't know. I think that quick time event is totally worth the suffering up until this part. And now he is about to be healed, but time's not done yet. 328 actually is a really good time. All right, so the enemy's dead, the world is saved, the hero has gone back to her regular life, and now we have to play pro bending one more time.
Gotta make money, man.
Yeah. But apparently Korra's too cool to actually match her teammates. But at least in this pro bending match, we actually have our teammates with us, Mako and Bolin. Another thing that this game actually did pretty well was it has all the original voice actors from the series. So even though they all kind of show up very briefly, they're still there, and it's just kind of neat to hear their voices again.
Ready to lose again? Hey, Korra, where were you this week? Yeah, you.
It is good to note that if you're playing through this, they get more powerful the more fire and earth are leveled up.
Yeah, so they're whoops. That's fine. They just powered me up.
Pay attention to the match and not get blasted off again.
If he gets knocked back right now, okay, we got one. So like we said earlier, if you knock a teammate into his own teammate, they'll knock that teammate back another territory. And you can just knock them off the stage like that. All right, time's going to come up right when this guy gets knocked off, which he keeps blocking, so we have to wait. Okay, time is going to be now. Yeah. Oh, wow. I was so afraid I was going to be overestimate because I restarted that chapter.
Perfect timing.
So that was a really solid run, even with that restart in Chapter 6. But that's The Legend of Korra. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was really fun. Thanks to the couch for being here to support me, and thanks for the donations that came in during the run. I was glad to be up here and show off Legend of Korra. Look at that. We got Avatar Wand's teapot. All right. Oh, wait, this is the best part, though.
And all of you.
Thanks, Berlin. All right. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Dolphindasher, for that fantastic run. We do have a $50 donation from Ty Lord. That's one great Korra cosplay. Love you, Dolphin, and congrats on the run. All right, guys, that actually wraps up my hosting shift for this